Hello and all, welcome to a Galaxy Man Show interview show. So for my very next guest is this incredible singer and songwriter who has just started out in the music industry. So I'm about to add her into the live now. Her name is INES. So yeah, I'm about to add her into the live now and have a chat with INES about her incredible journey into the music industry and her covers that she's performed. So yeah, let's add INES in and have a chat with INES.
Hello.
Hi INES, how's it going?
Hi. Good. Good.
That's
And you?
good. Yeah, really good. Thanks. I just want to say first up, Ines, thank you so much, Ines, for taking the time to join my show. It's such a pleasure having you on the show today. To people that don't know who you are, if you can give like a bit of backstory about yourself, and then we'll dive right into the questions.
Okay. So my name is Ines. That's my name is Ines Belayuni, my last name, and I'm trying to not use that. I just want to keep Ines. She's very original because I haven't heard about any other named Ines singer. And I'm from Tunisia, which is a country in North Africa. I moved here 3 years ago from Tunisia, and I've been trying to make it in the music business since then. So it's been a hard journey, but I'm hanging on.
So we'll dive right into the very first question now, Ines. So you, as you mentioned, you've just started out in the music industry, trying to make a career out of it.
Yes.
What has your journey been like being in the music scene?
So when I was in Tunisia, I was performing a lot. I started when I was 18. Then around 2013, I became famous over there, but singing like in Arabic, like having duets with other like famous people over there. So since then, I got a lot of opportunities to perform at very like high-end events with ambassadors, and I performed at the U.S. Embassy twice for the 4th of July. So these people, when they saw me, the ambassadors, they pushed me. And they said, I think you have a voice that can make it international. You should try, you should leave. Because unfortunately in my country, there's no production and the dominating market is in Arabic. And I didn't want to sing in Arabic. I wanted English. I also, I'm trilingual. I speak French, Arabic, and English, but I sing in 5 languages. I sing in French, English, Arabic, Italian, and Spanish, which I'm trying to learn. Also, I'm trying to learn Spanish now. So I started performing there when I became famous. That's what happened. So I moved to the States. In the States, I mean, when I came to LA, I knew one person that helped me. He's a dear friend of mine. But starting from zero, from scratch, is really challenging. It was a bold move for me, but I was like, I need to get out of my comfort zone. I cannot stay there and not just keep doing the same TV shows, the same radios, not getting music out there. So I was like, I need to go and try and see what happens. Yeah.
So you've performed numerous of incredible covers like Lady Gaga, Edge of Glory. What was it like performing Edge of Glory by like Lady Gaga?
So I've been a fan of Lady Gaga for the longest I've known. I truly started like super liking her, being into her with Bad Romance when that song came out. It was like, oh, I love this. And so I always, when I perform songs, I had a band, like a pop band before. We did like any genre you can imagine. I had a jazz band. What I want is like to give a different flavor to the song. And so Edge of Glory is very like pop and dance and stuff. And I was like, okay, I want to do a piano version. That's what I started doing on Instagram. I was like, I'm going to start doing a piano version so people, when they listen to it, it's different. I'm not doing the same thing. And maybe if they did covers before, then the way I sing it would be different. So that's it. It's a hard song. It's not easy. Yeah. You know, it's so weird that I recorded it with a friend of mine, Zach. He's a pianist. He's a really talented pianist. He asked me, like, do you want to collaborate? I said, yes. And I said, okay, we're doing Edge of Glory. I love that song and I've never sang it before. I want to do a piano version, because I feel like the melody is so beautiful. And I wanted to give it that, you know, there's a wide range of way of singing it when you do piano, because you have more flexibility, you know? what I mean? Instead of following a beat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. So on to our very next question. You've also performed Titanium, which is another incredible cover song.
Yeah.
What was it like getting to perform Titanium?
Titanium, I've been singing that song for the also like in karaoke with my friends and stuff. Also, it's the same thing. I always, if you see, I always try to get songs that are upbeat and making them piano super slow, so I can give it like another flavor. And so Titanium was challenging too. It's very like vocally is very demanding. But you know, when I record myself, people think maybe it's one take. No, it's like 5 takes until you get that perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect until I'm like, okay, I like myself singing here. But it's so much, you know, and then you're tired sometimes, and it's just. But I'm like, I'm determined. When I'm determined, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do this song today. I'm gonna do 10 takes. I'm gonna get it. Yeah.
So on to our very next question. So you've also performed other incredible covers. If you could like make your own original, what like would you want out of like an original song? If you could make your own original song.
Well, I do like pop music the most for me. I believe in the fusion of genres, but I love like pop music has been like the one that I like. Everybody, when I was in Tunis, I've done multiple like festivals and stuff, and people always like, oh, you have such a jazzy voice. I do like jazz a lot, and even jazz men are like ones that were very known. They were like, you have naturally jazz in you, and you have something in your voice that makes it good the way you sing it. But I do like I like pop, you know. So yeah, that's it. That would be it. Like maybe not pop,
Yeah,
like let's say very, very dance and very like young pop, and more like indie pop, more, you know.
that's great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be. That
Awesome.
would be.
So on to our very next question. So you've also performed such an incredible cover called Call My Name.
Call Out My Name by The
Yeah,
Weeknd.
yeah. What was it
Big
like?
influence. Yeah,
Yeah, what was it like being
I
to create this
absolutely
song?
adore him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was, I saw a live version. I don't remember which show it was. Not The Voice, another one. And I saw this girl, she sang it, and I was like, oh my god, yeah, I want to do that. That's such a good cover. Because before that, when I used to listen to The Weeknd, for some reason I never like tried to do any covers of him, or what, you know, like I just sang it at the club and dancing and you vibe to it. But that song specifically triggered that in me. I was like, oh, I want to do that.
Awesome. So on to our very next question. So what made you decide, like as a person and as an artist, like to pursue music in the first place? And who would be your like all-time favorite inspirational person or artist in the music industry that you look up to?
So my biggest idol is Whitney Houston. I listened to her. The first time I heard her was when I was 8 years old, and I fell in love with her voice. Of course, it was I Will Always Love You. And then I started asking my dad when he traveled to bring me cassettes, because back then we had cassettes. He brought me her album Whitney from 1986 or 85, I'm not sure. And that's when I went back to how Whitney started and started like to listen to her music. She's my biggest influence, of course. What was the rest of the question? Sorry, you said.
So like with being in the music industry, like what made you decide you wanted to like get into the music industry and pursue music in the first place?
So I started singing when I was 3 years old, and then I started singing in Arabic with my dad. He started teaching me how to sing. And but then I said I fell in love with Whitney Houston, and then I started exploring that side of pop music in America and all that stuff. And since then, I knew I sang, but I didn't know that I had a beautiful voice. And so when I was in elementary school, the teacher was like, "You sing really well. We should put you in the choir, and you should sing songs, and you have a choir behind," which I started doing it at the end of the celebration, you know, the end of the year celebration. And I enjoyed it, but still I liked Whitney Houston, Michael Jackson. And so I'm like, oh, I like singing this, but no, that's definitely going to be my career. I want to do that. And so I studied, I worked in Tunisia, and then all of a sudden I was doing it like both of them, and then I stopped. I started being like a full-time singer in 2013, and yeah, that's what made me like all these idols and me singing every day. Like this is my favorite pastime. Like I would be sitting in my room, I'd be singing. That's all I do. So faking concerts, you know, you just know that that's your roots. That's what you want to do. Yeah.
Listen, so on to my very next question. So, what does performing music mean to you, like especially as an artist standpoint?
Performing music, it's an expression of who I am. That's what it would be. Even sometimes when you perform covers, it's true you never wrote that, but still you need to find a way to appropriate this song, you know, like you make it your own. Yeah, it's a form of expression of everything: art, yourself, freedom. For me, in my case, it gives me a lot of confidence when I'm on stage. I feel like I'm giving people happiness, and it's just, I feel like I'm doing something good. I'm giving good, and it comes back to me in a very good way. And yeah, it's just an expression of emancipation for me in all the ways. Yeah.
So, on to my very next question. So, if you could work with any top 3 music artists in the music industry, who would they be and why?
So the first one I would pick is Mark Ronson. I really like Mark Ronson. I'm a huge fan of Amy Winehouse. I discovered her when she first started doing that cover, Will You Still Love Me Tomorrow, and I fell in love with her voice. And I later with Valerie and the album Back to Black, and I really loved what that producer did, and that would be a dream to work with him. I feel like he's the type of person that would understand the way I want to sing, what I want to say. It's just some people are just perfect for what you're looking for. Second one, The Weeknd. I feel like The Weeknd, in a way, I've said it, like if somebody could write the perfect song for me, lyrics, it would be him. The way he writes, I just love it. I just love the lyrics, and I'm like, if one day he writes a song for me, I'd be the happiest person in the world. That's a dream. Second dream. Third would be Lady Gaga.
Yes.
I love Lady Gaga. I feel, and everything. We're both Aries. We're born the same year. She's 2 weeks older than me. 2 weeks. And so I don't know. I'm Tunisian. She's Italian. There's and her voice. You know, I like that type of voice. Yeah, that huge, like very deep voice, powerful. I like that. Like Whitney Houston, Amy Winehouse, Lady Gaga. So yeah, a duet one day, a dream.
Yes. Awesome. So, on to my very next question. So, what have you learned about yourself as a person and especially as an artist, like during COVID?
During COVID, oh, it was hard. During COVID, well, how do I say that? It was more, I was very frustrated during COVID because before that, I just had started to make like connections and perform at events, opening galleries and stuff. I just started making connections. Like it's hard when you come here, you don't know anybody, starting from scratch. It takes time. And the moment I started having that, COVID hit and I had to quarantine. So it was hard. It was very frustrating. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. So to be honest, I just did like covers. I worked on writing. I don't compose. I just write lyrics. Yeah, not all the time. Like most of the time, it was just me and my roommate. We were quarantined. Um, it was a hard and a nice time at the same time. I don't know how to explain it. You know,
Yeah.
it's just, it is what it is. I'm just saying it wasn't good for an artist for me because that didn't help me. It actually stopped and blocked everything I was probably going to achieve that year. But that's it. We have to accept the reality. Maybe it was for a good cause. You know, sometimes bad things happen because good things are going to happen later. So I don't know.
Awesome.
We'll see.
So, yeah. So, on to my very next question. So, what are like the positive and negatives into creating your own music, and how do you get through those like negative moments as an artist?
So I am actually, I started working on my music, 2019. I met a producer. We started working together. An amazing person. We actually have a total of 8 songs, but 4 demos, like really like full like finished songs, but that we haven't recorded yet. And that's been, and because COVID came and because he's very busy also with other artists, it's just so you know, sometimes it just doesn't happen right away. It doesn't happen when you want it. Good thing about it is that we worked during the quarantine, like during COVID, like August 2020, we finished those demos, like the backbone of the songs. It just waits to go into the studio and record them with a band, which is taking time, which is a little frustrating, but I know I'm gonna get there. We're gonna do it.
You
It's
will.
gonna happen.
Absolutely.
The bad things that I react to, I've been in very good situations since I came here. To be honest, I met wonderful people. I had people that always were pushing me, making me like meet other people. Yeah, let's go, let's do this. You need. They would take me to like parties and be like, just start singing. You know, they would put me on the spot, and I just do it because yeah, I love singing. You never know who you're gonna meet in Los Angeles. You should never say no. And the maybe I wouldn't say it's negative. I would say there are tough decisions to make when you're in front of a situation that you probably don't like or don't accept. Disrespectful people, people that take you for granted, people that maybe want you to do things you don't agree with. I'm not afraid to say no. It's 2020. We're not in the 80s. You know, nobody's holding the sky above my head. And that's how I see it. I don't see it as something negative. I see it like, this doesn't suit me right now, and I have this right to say no without us being in a fight or having something bad going on. I accept your opinion. You have to accept my decision. And that's it. I think that's how business should be. You know, you don't have to work together. We work together for a short time, work together for longest time. We just have to help each other anyways, regardless of what happens. So I don't think negativity should be there. You know, that's it. Yeah. There's a way to approach situations, and you should always think before you act to make the right decision. Yeah.
So to people that haven't seen INES, I have to say this first up. INES, you have such a bright, incredible future ahead of yourself. You really do. Like, to people that haven't seen INES's like covers that you've performed, definitely go check out INES's
Thank you.
covers. Your vocal range is out of this, like, from out of this world. It really is. Like, you have such a bright, incredible talent and like amazing future. You really do. Like,
I hope so. Thank you.
You really do. And I recommend people definitely go support Ines. Definitely go check out her music. Coming very soon, hopefully.
Hopefully, yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna work on it. Like, by the end of the year, we have to have recorded like at least one song. I'm gonna make sure that happens.
Awesome. So on to my very last question, Ines. So what's like next for you for like the rest of 2021, like music wise, that you would like to announce?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I've been working on this EP, which I'm hoping we're gonna record soon. That's the newest thing that I have. Like, that's what I'm here for. I know events, performing here and there, but this is my focus. This is what I'm here for. I traveled this far to start doing my own music because I've never done it in my country. And so this is my focus right now. The rest is just because it's good. It gives you exposure. You live off of it, and it's good. But my main concern, I want to make it really far, and you have to have your music out there. That's what makes you an artist. You know, you can do covers and stuff, but that's the most important thing, because that's when people know who you are, the way you sing, and what the message you want to convey. You want to give to the people. That my priority is getting my music released. Yeah, that's it.
Awesome. So I just want to say thank you so much, Ines, for taking the time to join my show. It's been such a pleasure having you on the show today. Do you have like any last final thoughts that you'd like to say to people on the show?
I want to thank the people that watched me today, encouraged me with thank you so much. I'm reading like some of the comments. I'm really surprised that people in Tunisia are still awake. It's 2 a.m. And also, like, because we just had like a big second revolution like 3 days ago. It was crazy. So thank you for the support. Thank you for always sharing everything that that I'm posting. And yeah, I want to thank the people that have been following me, the new people that are going to follow me, anybody that's going to support me in this journey. Thank you, because it's thanks to you that I'm actually able to be an artist and do this. And it's thanks to you. That's it. Thank you. Thank you to the people that support me.